go. Oh, I know my front camera is not the best quality for YouTube, but unfortunately for now, it's what I've got. Um, so now we're gonna go, because today we got a lot to talk about. I have a lot of frustration, and I think that a lot of other folks would agree, especially whenever it comes to this issue. Okay. Oh god, I don't want to set this on here. So, why did I name this White People Kill Your Ego? Um, no problem. Hi, Lilith. There has been a lot going on the internet. And as somebody who does my work online, this is, what I do, educating. One of the most frustrating things isn't dealing with white supremacists, like outright racists. One of the most frustrating things is dealing with leftist liberals and people who consider themselves to be freedom fighters, but consistently engage in heavy anti-blackness. Um, and with everything happening with Renee Good being killed, people's reactions were so much stronger than they have been to anything else. And as a Black person, as somebody who does this work, there's always a little bit of frustration of looking and saying, wow, I'm so glad to see people out and about, but why now? Why didn't you guys do this before? And part of it, I made a post, so if you follow me, you've already seen it. ICE has not shot nearly as many people as I thought they would have by now, if we're being quite honest. Coming from somebody who, again, like grew up watching Trayvon Martin, watching people kill people that were protesting in Ferguson, right? That's how I grew up. So I'm always thinking it's not as many deaths as I would have thought. That doesn't minimize the deaths, but maybe it's a little bit of a what's the term? Maybe it's a little bit, oh my god, I'm forgetting the term right now. Maybe it's a little bit saddening, right? Maybe that's a little bit skeptical, but that's how I grew up. So not seeing as many people be shot by ICE agents is surprising. But people have been using the phrase say her name. And white people in particular online have been reacting disgustingly when asked to not use the phrase say her name. Now, why does that matter, right? It's just the phrase, it's just this and that. I've posted about this, so if you want to look at the website, you can look at more. Um, the phrase say her name was created because Black women who got killed by police would never, within 24 hours, have gotten the kind of attention that Renee Good has gotten. Their families were also mourning. They were also shot point blank in the middle of the day or in front of an audience, and they would never have gotten the same amount of coverage as Renee Good. And that does not minimize the death of Renee Good, right? That's not what that does. But the reason why the phrase say her name exists, oops, is because of the fact that somebody like Renee is already getting more attention than a lot of other people in Black movements. So when we say, hey, don't use the term, thank y'all. When people say, hey, don't use the term say her name, and the responses are more racist than what I would expect from so many other people, the responses are worse and more hurtful. Um, I've been called ghetto. I've been called all sorts of weird stuff today, and most of it kind of is like meh, because it's not as hurtful as other things that I have been called. But the responses and the anger has been stronger at people asking them to use different language than the fact that she was killed at all, if I'm being quite honest. I also have had multiple people in comments say, this is why we're in the space that we're in, which is not true, right? Black people are not the reason why the world exists the way it is. Black people are not the reason why the US has fallen into fascism, right? If we talk about voting alone, Black women, 92%, Black men, even though it decreased, was like what, 78% or 80% this last election cycle? We're not the reason why the US exists the way it is. Can we uphold white supremacy? Yes. Can we cause harm? Yes, anybody can. But we are not largely at fault. Yet, if you went on my comments, You would think that we caused all the problems and we're the reason why Trump's in office and we're the reason why white supremacy is spreading. And that's not how that works. Um, Again, it doesn't mean that you can't be an agent of white supremacy and be black. Anybody can be an agent of white supremacy. But the people that are largely at fault for are not black people asking for changes in language. It's the same way whenever there was a white woman who tried to start a trend last year and luckily got shot down of putting the red hand on her mouth. And if you don't know, the red hand, when you see it with paint on a person's mouth, is to bring awareness to the fact that Indigenous women, trans, Two Spirit, and feminine Indigenous people in general go missing at extremely high rates and they are not found because nobody knows that they were missing in the first place. And some people were like, it's just cool, we can use it for whatever. No, because it's allowed to, there's a reason for that. And I'll get to some of y'all's questions and comments, just resend them if I forget. So, dealing with this on the internet is very frustrating, right? It's one of those things where, like, I just had a really bad stomach ache, and I was like, why am I having a stomach ache? I'm not that mad. I think I am madder than I'm realizing. I think I'm a little more pissed off than I realized. Because this work is not easy, and trying to usher people into it who are new can sometimes be very frustrating. But for me, I love people coming into the work if they mean well. But the problem is the same people who are out in the streets rallying saying, wow, they're killing us. They've been killing us, babe. They've been killing us. um, they've been killing us, right? Like they've been killing black people, they've been killing indigenous people. The country was formed on the murders of indigenous people and the forced labor of black people, right? Like they've been killing us. So realizing now that white people are more at risk is fine, right? You're having a come to Jesus meeting, right? Like you're learning something, whatever. You didn't have to think about this before. That's one thing. But then being angry, saying that Renee Good needs more attention whenever people didn't know that Keith Porter got shot earlier this week. I didn't know he got shot. I didn't know a man was killed by an off duty ICE agent. And yes, he was an off duty ICE agent. I think being off duty can garner less media attention, but let's be quite honest. If an off duty ICE agent shot Renee Good on New Year's Eve, it would have been in the media because in 24 hours, people are marching for her. And I'm so grateful that people are aware, but the fact that people are angrier at trying to shift their language than that's what pisses me off. That's what's frustrating. Having to defend yourself against racist comments by people that have Free Palestine in their bio, right? That's been happening forever, but this week it's beginning to feel again like it did for me a month ago. Um, Having to deal with racist comments from people with BLM in their bio, people with Bible verses in their bio, although we see that a lot. It is agitating. And so I wanted to take a moment to let people know not only how problematic this is, but also express my own frustration because I'm a human being too, y'all. I think people forget I got mental illness. I got all the problems. All right, let's be quite honest. If I did not have a strong sense of justice, I would not do this work the way I do, and especially for free. That's how I know something ain't quite right. Because I care too much. Not that you have to be neurodivergent to care, but to the extent and the extreme levels, it's not quite normal. So I just wanted to take a second to talk about that because I think it is continually devastating and angering to have to justify that. Um, and I want more. I want people to do better. I want for people to care as much about Keith Porter as they do Renee Good because they're using the same arguments that they used with her. They're saying that he had a weapon, that he was trying to harm the officer. They're doing the same thing. The family can't get in the media. There's no media coverage on this largely because nobody's listening to the family. There's videos of this man giggling with his daughters on the internet. He was also a father, just like the way that Renee Good is also a mother, also a partner, also all of these things, an active community member. And so we have to do better. I understand the frustration. I understand the irritation with sometimes feeling like you're always being asked to think more. I get it. Somebody said something to me the other day and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, is anything ever good enough? I get it, right? Because sometimes, especially when we talk about left, progressive, and I use all these terms very loosely because I'm not a leftist. I don't identify as a liberal. Like I'm somebody who cares about justice. I care about protecting Black and Indigenous people. I care about all these other things. So I never identify with almost any of those labels, but it's easier to use to kind of say. So people that identify as leftists, liberals, progressive, people that are to the left of moderates, um, sometimes there are certain things that we be taking too far. We're human beings with anything when it comes to language, conversations, all these other things. There are times where people are going to be like, you know, don't do this thing. It's like the running joke of somebody will be like, hey, do you know where the organic soy came in that latte that you bought from a small Black owned coffee shop? Sometimes we are doing stuff like that and it can be annoying, but sometimes it's still worth it to pause and try and ask ourselves, are we annoyed because somebody is trying to get us to care more? Are we annoyed though, or instead because somebody's doing the most? Because like I said, we're human beings. Sometimes we be doing the most. That happens on the left, the right, the center. It happens everywhere. That is not mutually exclusive. And some people will be like, oh, Jesus. Oh, somebody said something racist on YouTube. Okay, let me just block them. Sorry, I just want to block them now. There we go. Okay. Um, it is. What was I saying? It's frustrating, but it's always good to try and check our egos, and especially if you're a white person. I know the white people feel tired sometimes of being like, "Oh, white people, this." Ask yourself why. Like, and I'm not saying that we should baby white people, but I think if you've always been in a position of never having to think about these things, it can be very frustrating having to think about all this stuff all of a sudden. But ask yourself why you didn't have to think about it before. That's that's all I can say. So, yeah, let me go through and see what I missed. I'm just, uh, oh, thank you, y'all. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. There's just a lot that has to happen, and we have to do better, and we have to do better. And I need for white people to consistently kill their egos. That's why I named this that. Um, Kill your ego. Also, Malcolm, you were asking on there, would the slogan "What's her name" be okay? I would just say justice for Renee Good. There's nothing stronger than saying justice for her. Justice for Renee Good. You know, that's it. Honestly, we don't need anything else. Because, again, this lady's death has been on every major news outlet. They're talking about it in Congress today. Like, all you need to do is ask for justice for her now. You don't need more attention on what happened to her. You need justice for her. Do, 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 do. People downplaying words. Yes, I hate it when people downplay words. Don't cry. No crying. Do you think America will still be here after one more year? Yes. I don't know why people try and convince you America's going to vanish overnight. That's not how that works. That's why I have a problem with accelerationists and people who are like doomsdayers who are like, oh, the U.S. is going to vanish. That's not. No, nothing as strong as the United States. And I don't mean as strong as like like raw, like USA. I don't mean in a patriotic manner. I mean in like an establishment manner. Nothing like the US disappears overnight. Will it fall apart? Will we crumble? Will it be stressful? But yes, thank you. Lilith said it ain't gonna go nowhere. It's getting rebuilt by us. It's gonna get rebuilt by us. Now, who rebuilds it is the question. Who tears it down and who rebuilds it? That's what's important. But to be quite honest, things are not worse than they've been before. And I feel like I've been saying that over and over again, and I've been exhausted, so I haven't been able to teach the way I want to on this. But like, imagine how it felt to be in like the 1960s. Like, that doesn't mean that our fear is invalid. Oh, can you not hear? TikTok, let me know if y'all can't hear. TikTok, can y'all hear me? Okay, okay. Lilith, you might need to like get off and then come back on. Um, imagine how it felt to be in the 1960s, right? Like, imagine how it felt, especially if you were a black person. Um, or there was like a weird thing where they basically would leave Mexican people alone in certain areas. But then, anyways, that's very complicated, right? We're just going to talk about black and indigenous folks because that's a little bit easier to make sure I explain well because the other ones were kind of new us. But imagine how it felt being black or indigenous and going outside and like wondering, wow, did I drive through the wrong place? Am I gonna make it home? Like, can I eat at this restaurant? Will this restaurant try and kill me if I eat there? Like, those people managed to make it through, and we're grateful to have a lot of those people still, their lessons still available. Like, the lessons of the civil rights movement are still available. Those people are still, they're still sharing that information. Like, they're, some of them are still alive, thank God. Like, they're telling us how they got through it. So people are like, oh, Gestapo's been here. It's been here. It's just louder again, like it was in the 60s and the 50s and the 40s. It's just getting back to that, in my opinion, right? I'm not the only authority on this, but to me, when folks are acting like, and this is not trying to minimize people's fear or frustration, right? You're allowed to be scared right now, it's scary. But when people act like this has never happened before, I'm like, this has happened and people made it through. That doesn't mean that you don't fight. It doesn't mean that you move on. It means that you have a blueprint to get out of this. And so read the blueprint and use it. Like, we have more power than people have ever had in the past. To me, we have more national coverage. We have phones which are amazing, crazy machines. We literally have more than we've ever had to fight back in the entire history of the country. Like, we can do more than we were ever able to do before. So when we allow ourselves to fall into this narrative of like, oh my god, things are just getting worse and worse, we've never been here before, we've been here before. You just may not have been here before. I may not have been here before because we weren't alive, or maybe we weren't paying attention, you know. um but it's that kind of thing. Have I thought about a plan B? um I mean, if things got that bad, right, where people have to leave, like that bad. Number one, I live in the country and everybody over here got guns. And even though some of these white people don't like other black people, they would protect us, which sounds terrible, but like some of these white folks are crazy. There's a running joke that somebody said online that white people in the north like black people but hate individual black people, and white people in the south overall dislike black people but love individual black people. And that was a crazy saying that was absolutely hilarious to me, that has sat with me. I love it. um and like, if it really came to that, like, yeah, I can leave. My dad's a British citizen. I can go to England if I had to, but I don't want to live in England. No disrespect, I don't want to. The weather's way too ugly consistently. Can't do it. Literally can't do it. Also, it's way too expensive to get around in England. When we went in October, I was like, why are y'all paying so much money to get everywhere? Like I can't walk anywhere and this shit's expensive. But if I absolutely had to, that's my plan D. My plan Z, honestly, if we're being quite honest. My plan Z. Um, but I don't plan on abandoning this country. And I don't think we'll need to. I think the biggest problem right now is taking a lot of the anger that people feel and directing it wisely. That's what matters. Taking what people are feeling and making it, directing that anger. Rage is powerful. I say this all the time. Maybe I need to say it more. Rage is one of the most powerful things in the world, but how we use it is what makes it destructive versus productive. Like, that's what matters. I have not been to Yucatan. I don't think so. I don't. Yeah, I haven't been to Yucatan. Have, no, I haven't been. Just want to thank you for all the work you do. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just remind me because I be forgetting. Sometimes I get on the internet. I'm like, dang, I ain't done shit. Especially 'cause some of my peers, they post so much more consistently than me, and I'm like, dang, I haven't done anything. And that's just one of those problems that we have, of how we view ourselves. So I appreciate y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all for wanting to contribute. Just keep sharing what you can. If you know people personally, call them in, because sometimes you know, they're not going to listen to a stranger, but if you as a friend or a follower or whatever say, hey, you're being disrespectful and maybe you didn't know, but I'm telling you to do better now, that's what matters. Um, oh, thank you. Now I be comparing. I compare terribly. I'm gonna make a post about it because I think I've had some people and they're like, "You always feel." I'm like, "No, y'all. I be getting debilitated about frustration about not doing what I think I can do. Like I get very frustrated with myself because I forget to do things. Like this right here behind me is the room that I'm moving back into in my parents' house. And I've been frustrated that I just was able to get a paycheck to order a bed because people know I've been sleeping on this little thing for like 2 years. And I have derealization that's always there. There's a lot, you know. Yes, comparison is a thief of joy. So I try not to compare, but I do want other people to know that I do be comparing too, so that they also don't feel alone. Because I think a lot of people will see people with big platforms, and I don't even have like a huge platform, but the platform that I have, and be like, wow, things are perfect. No, I'm crazy. Like, it's okay. I have to take my medicine during the day too. So if you crazy too, it's okay. You're not alone. Butterball, sit down. Come here. Are you okay? Why did you get up like that? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Let the people see. Come here. He's my baby. He just like woke up scared. Am I able to check my comments while I'm live? No. I'm unfortunately live on all my devices. So come here. I'm live on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. For those who don't know, come here. Come here. Bring your face here so that people can see your cuteness. Thank you. This butterball. Come here. Come all the way in. They can't see. Come, butter. Sometimes he does this thing where he wants to sit in a certain place. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Okay, now sit. No. Okay, he's going, y'all. Oh, my baby is weird. Uh, you're reaching place. Thank you. I appreciate the reminder. I'm trying to reach places. I'm trying to do it. Y'all are very sweet, and I always appreciate that. Yes, I'll give the baby pets. I'm probably gonna go and just hold the kittens, and I'm gonna try and get off the internet. I've been trying to block some folks that are leaving some nasty comments. I've left some of the comments up because some of the responses to the comments are good. And then sometimes I go through some of the, well, you can't go through likes on TikTok, but on Instagram, I go through the comments. And I'm sorry, y'all, on YouTube, if y'all have sent stuff. I don't know why YouTube will never show me my chat. There we go. Okay. Um, I try and go through the likes sometimes on Instagram and block certain people because certain people are repeat offenders. So you'll see some of the same people going through and commenting nasty things to people, liking nasty things, all of these other things. And so when it's like that, I go ahead and I block them because they're repeatedly causing harm. Um, yeah, you might have to, if you go on my post on Instagram and you go to the likes, you can find a lot of good people to block if you're on Instagram. Like a lot of good people to block. But I'm trying to ignore some of my notifications because, like I said, I thought I was fine, and then I was like, dang, I got a tummy ache, and I didn't eat anything weird today, so I'm pretty sure it's from the internet. Um, but it's a balance between deleting stuff, blocking people, and sometimes leaving it up because sometimes I want people to see, like, look at this stuff that people are saying. This is horrible. Like, this is happening. We're not making it up. Because something that I get every time something happens is people will be like, I haven't seen it. And I'm like, that's because you're not looking for it. You know, at the same time, it's good that my posts are reaching so many people that I'm getting hate comments because, you know, if I'm not getting the comments, it's probably just staying within my own bubble. So at least we know that it's reaching outside that bubble. Any other questions for me, y'all? I'm gonna go hold the kittens, even though they're very. I love the kittens, but man, they're so cute and they're assholes at the same time. I don't know how, but they managed to be adorable and assholes. They're gonna be barn kittens, so they're gonna be going outside soon. Actually, let me take y'all down there. Hold on. Okay, let's hope this doesn't disconnect. If my service gets spotty, just know that you just gotta wait 30 seconds because I am in the country. The Wi-Fi is trash. The only good Wi-Fi is Elon Musk Wi-Fi, and I refuse to get that because I will not do that. Okay, y'all, hold on. We're getting the kittens. Oh, I see your comment on there. Thank you. Hold on. Let me take a screenshot. I try and take. Oh, sorry. I'm live, Mom. I'm live. I'm talking to people on the internet. Uh-oh, what now? Okay, there we go. I try and take screenshots of nice stuff. I'm showing them the kittens before I log off. Okay, you guys. We're gonna take a second. We're gonna play with the kittens. I'm gonna show y'all the kittens. Okay. Whoop. Okay, hold on. Don't fall down. Okay. Little buttholes. Hello. Today. Yeah. Okay, they were just asleep, y'all. Did you leave this toilet wet? It's just water. It would have used it. Here are the kittens. Oh, I'm sorry, YouTube. My bad. So here are some kittens to show y'all to end this with. This is Fufu. This is Essie. Essie's a girl, Fufu's a boy. We're pretty sure. Hope we have it right this time. Yes. And y'all are sleepy right now? Typically, every time I open the door to their room, they just run out and act absolutely terrible. But they're also so cute. They are adorable menaces. Hello. They're sleepy. You guys are never sleepy. Ah. And then, this is so fun. I can't believe they're actually sleepy. I don't think you'll understand. They are always awake. Like, if you open the door, they run out. They do not fight. They seem to love each other. Very much. Now, they do fight with the big cat that's already outside, because the other cat's basically a barn cat, so he comes in the house sometimes, but he lives in the garage and, like, gets snakes and stuff in my mom's garden. So, this one's, like, big scaredy cat. But they seem to love each other, but the big cat is not nice to them yet. So we're gonna have to take it one step at a time, because I want for them to all be able to be like in their areas. But oh, are you really that sleepy? That's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that was so cute. Why are you so sleepy? You've never been this sleepy in your life. Oh my God. They're so cute. I'm obsessed with them. But I'm gonna try and hopefully make them get along with the big one. So wish me luck on that, because I'm falling, not to be like one of those, but I do like this cat more because Essie, she kind of skittish and she don't like to hang out with us sometimes. But this one, he like walks up to you and gives you kisses. I'm trying not to be mean though. I try not to have favorites with animals. He's so sleepy. I swear to God, I've never seen him sleepy before. I just like woke him up when I went in there. Okay, y'all, anyways. Yes, Hope Core. I hope you have enjoyed this. Are you? What? Okay, now he's waking up. You want to jump down? Okay. Ooh! Are you okay? That was a bad jump. Why you jump like that? You need to go back to sleep. Yeah, I think you need to go back to sleep. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna go put the baby back to sleep because he just tried to jump and it was a bad landing. I shouldn't have let you jump. He's fine though. He is doing it for the gram. I am gonna eat. I'm gonna find something calm to eat for my tummy. But thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for participating. Thank y'all for the messages. I always appreciate them. I save them into a folder and I try and print them out so I can put them on my walls so I don't forget. I love y'all. Thank you for this work. I have posts on each account that are up right now, so share them. And y'all be blessed and be safe. Mwah. The work continues, but it's time to get the fuck to sleep for now. Bye, y'all. Bye, YouTube.